It's the weekly show about rAVe with the hottest news in the AV industry. It's rAVe TV. Give it up for Steph and Gary. Steph and Gary.
Hey everyone, it's rAVe TV at ISE 2025. We are here on day 2 of the show. I'm Steph Beckett and this is
Gary K. We're live on the show floor. We're in Hall 2 of ISE 2025. Big shows. I learned some data.
Ooh.
1,600 exhibitors.
Okay.
Record number of exhibitors.
That's a lot.
And we've already been told we're going to have record attendance for the show by Blackman. That's 2 pieces of data. And third, I saw some really cool AI things and some things that were a little bit scary. But before we talk about, I'm going to talk about that.
Okay.
Before we talk about that, I want to actually show some things here that I saw on the show floor yesterday afternoon since our broadcast and this morning.
Great.
First, did you see the LG Kinetic wall?
Okay, I saw it, but I didn't understand what the content was this year.
So watch this.
Okay.
This is a video we made yesterday where Kirsten is using her phone, scan that QR code.
Yeah.
Uses her phone, pulls up a thing. Hey, did we have your permission to use your camera?
Great.
She takes a picture of herself, and then now the picture is displayed in an anime format on the wall. The idea behind this is to show you how you can use LED in lots of different interactive ways, right? But the wall that the kinetic wall they're actually doing is a bunch of separate LED cubes. I don't remember the total number, but it's a 8K wall made up of micro LED. Really neat technology, really cool application of the technology. I have some things I want to kind of go over and talk about and show you that I saw yesterday. I'm inside the LG booth. This is their all-in-one LED, right? Which is a 21:9 aspect ratio LED, but also comes a 16:9 as well. Obviously all-in-ones are big here on the show floor. Every display manufacturer has an all-in-one where you plug in an HDMI connector to make everything work. That was something cool that I saw yesterday. I've done a bunch of booth tours, which I think has been a lot of fun. Let me see if I can find one. Oh, check this out. This is Logitech's
new Rally Board 65.
Rally Board 65. Now, you see the cameras on the top there, right?
Yes.
You can actually flip it over,
and
the camera will be on the bottom.
Yep.
So you can flip it. My nose is itching all of a sudden. That happens to me a lot when I'm on camera. Have you noticed that? My nose starts itching a lot when I'm on camera?
No.
Yes. Emily tells me that all the time. But but let me tell you, let's talk about that. That's really kind of cool that Rally Board 65. That officially launches Logitech into the collaboration board market, and I think that's pretty significant.
Right.
I'm going to send you over today to the HD Base T booth to shoot a demo on Loop.
Yep, you want me to check that out?
Yeah, I'm showing a picture of it right now.
Spatial immersive audio in the meeting room and video.
So regardless of where anyone is sitting on a table, when you're talking around a table, when you're talking to somebody who's remote, you're always looking at them in their eyes.
Yeah.
And I'm showing you an image of what this looks like. But we need to shoot a video so that they understand.
That's awesome.
It's pretty cool. But let me talk about AI for just a second.
Okay.
So I was in a meeting. I won't tell you who the brand is. I'll wait. I want to write about it.
Yeah.
But I was in a big brand. Starts with an M, ends with a T. Okay. And they do a lot of AI.
Yeah.
Something like something.
Okay.
Right? And they have okay. So one of the guys from that company said to me, we're getting close to a day where the AI is going to be smart enough that it'll tell you when not to attend a meeting. And I thought about that for a second. I thought that's really cool. Because you've been in meetings before
where I'm like,
where you spend 30 minutes a meeting and you leave and you went, damn, we could have done that meeting in 3 minutes. It didn't take 30 minutes.
Right. And my whole portion was that I just said hi and then I said bye and I didn't really need to contribute at all. Yeah.
Well, conceptually that sounds interesting that it can be smart enough to tell us when not to attend. But I'm not so sure that's good for our industry, because if our AIs are now attending meetings, those are not physical meetings, those are virtual meetings.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, is that a good thing for our industry or a bad thing for our industry?
It depends, because if we can find a way to employ the people in our industry to keep the things that take the notes for us up and running, then it could be good. But if we can't, then obviously that's going to be bad.
Where do we make money on that? It kind of brings up some interesting thoughts. The last thing I want to show you is check out Shure's booth.
Oh.
It's a museum. And it's a museum. It's a sort of a historical ode to 100 years of Shure.
Yep.
And you can see that it looks like a museum, but look at what I thought was really cool is look at this. This is a pole. This is a pole that holds the roof up.
Yes.
But they decorated it with 100 years of different types and styles of advertising Shure.
Yep.
Over the last 100 years.
Their booth is
what
amazing.
I think is interesting is it's sort of a historical perspective of fonts.
Yeah.
Of like how fonts were used over the years.
Yeah.
You can look at each ad and tell what decade it came
That's
from.
true.
I think that's
true.
kind of cool.
Oh, I know a secret about Shure's booth. Did you see the Emmy in their booth?
I did see the Emmy.
It's real.
What is it for?
I don't remember because they have a few.
Yeah,
but
sure.
But I asked if it was a replica, and they were like, "No, we brought the real one." And I was like, "Are there alarms set, baby?"
Did someone carry that in a suitcase? Did they check that in?
When
or
they
put
were
it in the
holding
overhead
it in their
compartment? You
lap.
put it under your seat.
Yeah.
Like I was wondering about
But yeah,
that. Kind of
confirmed.
stuff.
And
I'm
Shure's,
because isn't it like gold? Isn't
yeah,
that thing like gold?
I think it's gold.
Yeah.
And Shure's event is tonight, so you
Yeah.
and I are going to be there to say hi to celebrate 100 years of Shure.
We have an interview you did with Shure that we're going to show in just a little bit,
Yeah,
right?
just a little bit,
But what else are
yeah.
we going to have on our show today? Because we are
So-
coming to you live in Hall 2
In
at
Hall
ISE
2.
2025,
Yep.
Day 2.
Day 2.
Yeah.
So we've got a couple of guests, and I'm really excited to introduce the first one, who is Mitya Perlovshek. Come on over. Mitya works for LightAct. How are you?
Good. Great. How are you?
Who's LightAct?
What?
LightAct.
LightAct. Who's
It's a
LightAct?
media server for live events mostly, and also for fixed installations.
So what's your URL? How do we find out information about you?
Well, you can go to our webpage, lightact.com, or even better, you can come to Hall 5 and find.
Come on in a little bit. Lightact.com.
LightAct.com,
So your media
yeah.
server for live events and for virtual production?
No, actually more for fixed installations, like
Okay.
interactive installations, things like that. Not so much for virtual production.
Okay.
A lot of immersive.
Okay.
A lot
great.
of immersive museums, but also a lot about live events, big shows, fast workflows.
So tell us a little bit about what sets your platform apart from others on the market.
We really focus on enabling the media server operators running a big show to work fast, to not lose time with a lot of clicks, a lot of things like that. So that's one focus. Another one is the reliability. That's really, really, really important. And the third one is we also have a very unique markerless tracking system for interactive installations.
How do you do that? Through AI or what?
No, actually it's through depth cameras installed usually on a ceiling, tracking people underneath, and then we feed these data into real-time content rendering engines like Unreal Engine, Notch, or things like that.
Okay. Yeah, that's very cool.
So talk a little bit about, as immersive experiences continue to be really important in AV, tell me a little bit about what that's like and how we have to push the boundaries when it comes to creating, like constantly more immersive and constantly more intricate experiences.
Yeah, well, with interactive installations, things really can get complicated very quickly. The more sensors you add, the more interactions you add, the more thinking you need to do on how to make the interaction meaningful, especially if you have lots of people interacting at the same time. So with technologies like LightAct, we take one level of complexity away so that you can focus on the content and on the interaction itself. I think that's very, very important.
What's one LightAct feature or capability that you think more people should know about but might not?
Yeah, so historically we've been a lot about interactive installations, but in the last 3 years actually we are focusing a lot on live events. So not a lot of people know that you can use LightAct to run a big concert, multiple servers stacked together, things like that.
Is there a maximum resolution? I'm assuming you have a giant digital canvas. Is it an infinite canvas?
It is infinite because you can cluster several servers together in a cluster, and then basically the scale is unlimited.
And is your content generation and output HDMI? Is it SDI? Is it network? What is it?
Usually it's DisplayPort or HDMI, and actually this year we are presenting easy out cards which slide into our servers, so you can convert the signal between HDMI and DisplayPort within the same, basically, hardware.
Okay, all right, good.
Very cool. So what are you focusing on here at ISE?
Well, we are presenting new features of LightAct 4.10, again focusing on big shows and fast workflows, and as well as the latest generation of our servers with the easy out cards, and also the interactive. If you come to our booth, you'll see the interactive installation, where we are showcasing the winning content for the Bring the Spring competition.
Oh, very cool. And what is your booth number?
5G150.
Great.
Hall5lightAct.com.
Yep. Thank you so much.
You for joining us.
We appreciate your quick time.
Thank you.
Have a good show.
Steph, you got to do me a favor. You got to give me your phone. Turn that thing back on for me real quick.
Okay.
I want to look. This is the difference between generations right here. I couldn't. There's no way in heck I could have read any of this text. Look how small this is. And she's sitting here reading it off to. I would have to blow this up like 10 times larger than this is.
I like to see the most information at one time.
I don't know how you're able to do that. Look, media servers are becoming a bigger segment of our market. I think it's interesting that they have built their business on permanent installs, like museums and
a lot of people are
immersive
doing that. I mean, we talked to Jack Steinhauer at Solotech, and they do all permanent installs for experiences.
Dataton's doing that now. It's becoming a bigger thing.
Huge. So I thought it was cool to have Misha on to kind of talk about that a little bit, because that's becoming a more and more important market for AV.
All right. So are we going to the Shure interview, or are we doing Sam?
Let's bring Sam on next.
All right, bring on Sam Kennedy.
Come on over, Sam.
How you doing, Sam?
Great. Sam has been my industry friend for a couple of years now, and you're doing something new, which you were on rAVe TV a few weeks ago, but thought it was cool to have you here in person with us as well. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing now.
So I'm working for a new company called NetSpeak, so NETSPEEK, and what we're doing is bringing generative AI to support conference rooms.
Very cool. And how are you doing that?
So we're really focusing in kind of 3 different areas. We're focusing on making installation easier, bringing GenAI to make installation easier, to make administration of the spaces easier, and to bring generative AI to reporting. But how we're doing it is we've built our own private, it's a cloud-based solution, where we've trained our models on all things Teams and Zoom and Poly and Logitech, and we can even take data from internal databases like ServiceNow. So as the GenAI is working to fix problems, it can pull data from all different sources to automatically fix problems. It's pretty wild.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about, a lot of people have said, have you seen NetSpeak yet? And NetSpeak, I was like, yeah, actually we got a sneak preview last week, so we actually did learn about it. Congratulations on your success.
And you did the demo already, didn't you?
Yeah, I went through it. I was really impressed. I think it's something that everybody needs to see, and I think you've got a lot of potential to do some really cool things, and I hope you patented it, because a lot of people are going to want to copy this.
Well, we're partnering with a lot of people as well. We're actually right next to the Excite booth here, and they're actually demonstrating NetSpeak inside of their platform.
Oh, I'm so glad. That's awesome.
Yeah. So we think that there's a lot of potential, because what we really want to focus on is bring that generative aspect into these tools, because the big problem that for most organizations are having is how do they scale? Have more. And this place is wild, it's bigger than it's ever been. There's more products, solutions. The conference rooms are scaling wilder than it's ever, or higher than it's ever been before. But the IT staff or the managed service provider, they're not scaling their staff at the same rate. So they need tools to help them scale that and support these spaces. And the other thing is the users, it's 100%, like things have to work 100% of the time right now. And so they need tools like what GenAI can bring to keep it up and running all the time.
Yeah, and I like the concept of being able to one day walk in a room and tell it what I want it to do, and it just does it. Which I think you're actually bringing that potential.
Absolutely. And it's all generative, right? So I don't have to do a lot of coding. It's really simple to deploy, and it's a very next generation architecture of how we've designed it.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Obviously, people know you from Crestron days, so they should check you out at NetSpeak. It's spelled differently though.
Yes, it's NETSPEEK.
NetSpeak.com.
Yeah.
Is it .com?
.com, yes.
NetSpeak.com. All right. So
Thank you
did an thank you, Sam.
so much.
You did an interview with Shure.
Yes, with Susie Lin at Shure, and I'm really excited because she tells me a little bit about what they were doing. I was like, girl, you all have had a million product announcements in the past week. Like, please walk me. 4
literal big ones. Yeah.
I was like, please walk me through all this and like what this means for this company. You're also celebrating 100 years here. Like, Shure is doing so much. So I have her kind of walk me through kind of like the thought process behind all of these releases. So,
all right, so I'm going to let you go because you're going to do which halls are you going to do a tour of?
I'm going to do this hall 2, but also hall 1.
All right, so go do that.
Yeah.
Let's go to this video from Shure, and I'll be right back in just a moment.
Hey everyone, Steph Beckett here at ISC 2025 here at the amazing and very busy Shure booth, which just showcasing all of the people that are here, which is, just adding to what a great year this is at ISC. I'm joined by Susie Lem. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
How has it been so far?
It's been really good.
Yeah.
We have been very busy the whole day.
Yes.
And this show also is amazing. So
yes. Well, this is a very big week for you guys in general. You all have had like 3 huge announcements in the past week. So do you want to just kind of run through those with me and talk about everything that you guys have introduced?
Yes, that will be good. The first one that we have is IntelliMix Room Kit. And what it is we have one system for a whole room. So it's either for a small, medium, large, or very large rooms. It's one system that you can literally deploy this one in 5 minutes.
Oh, nice.
Even I can teach you how to do it.
Wait, I would
Which
love
is
to do that.
amazing.
I would love
Yes,
to learn
that's
that.
right. So I will take you to the innovation lab and we can do it together for
Perfect.
5 minutes. So it's just an amazing thing that it's easy to be done, but at the same time, it can cover a very large room because what we have in it is not just a Microsoft Teams room, but it is also with our smarts, which is the DSP that we have. It has an intelligent mixer for the room, so it can manages the room, balances the sound, background noise removal, and the whole 9 yards on that side. So that is the differentiation we have.
Super easy to deploy for an integrator.
Correct, that's right.
And super easy to maintain for that end user who's having to double check all of those levels every time they use it and everything. That's awesome.
Right. And it is done in such a way that it is scalable and modular. So a small system will just have like one microphone, and the bigger one will have two, and then we'll have a different camera, smaller camera, medium camera, or a very large camera. So it's a very scalable solution as well.
Awesome. Another product that everyone absolutely loved last year was the MXW Wireless Next 2, and you guys announced a Next 4 and also a Next 8. Do you want to talk
right.
about those?
Yes, that's right. Because of the success of the Next 2, we have the Next 4 and the Next 8. And as you can see, it has the handheld mic, the boundary mic, the clip-on, the body pack one, and also the gooseneck one. So we can have any one of those, any kind of a mismatch basically in a 4-pack or 8-pack. And by the way, it's the same like with our IntelliMix room. It also have the same logic of the same smarts and the same DSP in it as well. So we are bringing all of this intelligence in all of our products. So that is also the other one that we have. Now, the other good thing about it is it can actually last up to 39 hours.
Oh, wow.
Battery-wise. And we can have up to 160 channels in a room, any which way it is. So the frequency also will not interfere with each other. So you just like plug it in, put it on the tables, and the whole thing will just work.
Why was expanding to a 4 and also an 8 important?
Because many people will have either, they have different combinations. Larger rooms will have more that they need. So that will actually be one of the reasons. And the other one also with the gooseneck, many people will have that one for each participant. So you can see how the system need to be scalable also. Very
cool. The last thing I want to talk about is also another really huge announcement for you guys, and that was the expansion of the Microflex system into loudspeakers and a few other things. So tell me why, like, what was the idea behind expanding this line?
Yes, we have the speakers actually for some time already, but what we have is an active speaker. Well, what we are releasing right now is all of the passive speakers as well, in all kinds of form factors. The small one, like you can see here, or the round one, a pendant format, or wall-mounted one. But the reason why it is important is because audio is not just taking in audio, which is a microphone, but it's also
sending it out.
Exactly. So then it will make the whole complete thing. And with the speaker also, we can do different kind of things like a voice lift, and there are other things that we can that add on. But it completes the whole portfolio that we have.
I mean, that makes a lot of sense.
That's right.
If there's one thing that Shure knows, it's audio. So why wouldn't you have the full suite?
Correct. That's right.
That's amazing.
Yes,
so tell me what else you have going on here at ISE.
So we also have the Shure Cloud, which is it's a global and remote management system. And with the Shure Cloud, we can manage all of these devices into one location.
Amazing.
And so you can be sitting here and you can manage the devices in Chicago, in Australia, and you can push upgrades, you can push firmware upgrades, you can reset the devices all completely remotely here.
Honestly, that's where the industry is going.
It is, exactly.
You know, I mean, we've been saying it, like management on the cloud versus on-premise saves so much time.
That's right, exactly right. And the thing is that for us also, we want to make sure that we continue with the zero-touch provisioning, easy to provision, be it with the IntelliMix Room Kit, with the MXWs, and then also with the speakers. And Shure Cloud also helps in terms of monitoring and management, so to make it even easier.
Yeah, well, that's amazing. Congratulations. This is sure to be a very successful show for you guys.
Thank you.
My last question for you is, where can people find more information about Shure?
So you can go to shure.com, can go to our booth, definitely. 300 here.
Yep.
And then we can definitely talk to a lot of the people here. We also have the innovation lab as well.
Amazing.
To be able to find that.
Well, thank you so much, Susie. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
And don't forget on our side as well, you can go to ravepubs.com/ISE for all of our ISE coverage. Once again, I'm Steph Beckett. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, everyone. Is Steph ready yet? Steph is ready. Okay, let's go to Steph. She's going to do a show floor tour of Hall 2. Thanks for watching rAVe TV. All of our ISE coverage is at ravepubs.com/ISE. We've already got a couple of hundred videos up. We'll have a couple of thousand videos up by the end of this week. Check it all out at ravepubs.com/ISE. Steph, take it away.
Thank you so much to Shure, our sponsor for rAVe TV for all of ISE 2025. I'm going to give you guys a quick show floor tour now. I am here in Hall 1. So I think this is the second year that ISE is utilizing Hall 1, and this is kind of splitting up meeting room technology as well as some residential and smart building technology. Okay, so over here, this very busy stand is Trenov Audio with a few different partners that you can see at the top. Inside that door there is probably one of the best audio demos that I have ever heard in my life. This is completely residential. I've seen it at CDO before, but this is incredible. That's why this booth is always busy. It's because this audio makes your teeth rattle how good it is sitting in this theater. Okay, that was a little bit of Hall 1, and just a quick sneak preview. I'm gonna go and we're gonna walk and skedaddle real quick. I'm gonna show you what Hall 2 looks like. All right, I'm gonna take you into Hall 2, and we're gonna make a quick stop over here at Barco. Barco, you can see how crazy busy this is. Barco has brought its meeting room technology, Encore 3 for control rooms, every projector. Like, they are such a busy booth this year. I don't even know if I could get in there if I tried. But everyone is talking about this huge projector right here. They have a few of them in the air where they're showcasing this immersive demo. It looks so good. Yeah, that projector is an absolute monster. I believe it's 4K, and just something that they are talking about is one of the best visual investments that you can make. Gary always jokes when he says that people used to say projection was over. It's very clearly not. So let's keep going. All right. I want to also talk about Logitech, which is going to be coming up on our left. Logitech has brought also a ton of technology this year. Logitech is doing a lot of really cool stuff in terms of sustainability, and being like, their booth over here is built entirely out of sustainable materials, which I think is a really, really cool touch and shows that sustainability is important to them more than just like as a marketing ploy, right? So over here you see that they are running a Teams demo. They are showing their brand new collaboration board. Logitech came out with a collaboration board a few days ago called the Rally Board 65. All about just kind of making sure that everything integrates perfectly with all of Logitech's technology. They talk about how you can put a camera both on top and on the bottom. There's just like a lot of things that you can do. So yeah, the Rally Board, everybody. So let's continue on in here. They're doing a lot of really interesting things with the Logitech site, which came out either last year or the year before, but they recently introduced the ability to daisy chain about 6 of them together to make your meetings that much more immersive and cohesive. So let's see if I can get into here and we can look at a few things. Yeah, their booth is also crazy busy. They like that. We have a few different just kind of hot desking setups here with a few of Logitech's different cameras. I am a big fan of the MX Brio for Business 75, I think. That one's really great. But just kind of showcasing a few of their, this is the one I have. I think this one is the best webcam on the market for less than $200. And of course, they had to bring their Logi Dock for quick, just tapping a button, joining your meeting. Everything is perfectly set up. So from quick hot desking solutions to huddle room solutions to big boardroom solutions, they have pretty much brought everything. And they brought the Logi Scribe back, which is that camera that is on top of the whiteboard that can put everything from the whiteboard into your meeting. Emily's showing you the whiteboard, then she's going to turn to the right and show you how easily you can see everything in that meeting. Very cool and interesting product that you're like, oh, like I should have thought of that. Like, it's definitely one of those. HD Base T over here is definitely leaning into meetings this year as they are here in Hall 2. All about USB 3 extension. They are showcasing a ton of different demos in their booth, showcasing anything from huddle rooms, quick hot desking, immersive meetings, classrooms with their partnership with Logitech. Like, they can really do anything with USB 3, which has kind of become a big standard. So I was really impressed to see all that they're showcasing in their booth and seeing how they're really leaning into making joining meetings easy, from BYOM to PC integrated rooms to all of that. MaxHub also here. MaxHub is really leaning into the IFP because, of course, they do have digital signage, which you can see this in a market setup back here. But over here, they have their BYOM solution through their IFP. And of course, they're showing how you can use Microsoft Teams rooms on its X board over here. I saw this at Microsoft Ignite earlier this year, but of course it makes sense that they brought it here as well, showing how easy it is to join a Microsoft Teams rooms meeting. Over here, we are looking at a 21:9 setup. I'm really interested to see how many people brought 21:9 commercial displays this year. I do think I think I lost there she is, I lost my camera woman for a second. I'm interested to see how many people brought 21:9 for commercial display. I feel like that was a huge trend about 3 years ago, and then I haven't seen as much of it since. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's going away. I think that we're just kind of figuring out what to do with it and what room type works the best for 21:9. Continuing on, QSYS is here in this hall because QSC, obviously an audio company, does a lot of really great camera tracking, really advanced stuff where it can pinpoint all the major parts of a presenter and follow them around the room. I've seen the demo. Check it out. I think we'll get a video here, but if not, I have one from Microsoft Ignite, and it is absolutely crazy. It's so cool. So that's kind of what they're showcasing in here, is it's intelligent audience switching, where it's picking up multiple people in the audience. It's switching and picking up the presenter. This is what they are calling their Vision Suite. And it is a really cool demo, so that is why it's here. It's great for meetings, great for presenters, teaching, lecturing, any of those. So let's continue down here. HP Poly had a new release this morning. Of course, showcasing all of their meeting technology. They've brought the HP Poly lens, their cameras, showcasing their partnership with Jupiter for this display right here. Of course, everyone knows HP as a computer company, but partnering with Poly, they were talking a lot at Microsoft Ignite as well about how important that was and how great meetings really do start at the computer or PC, and how Poly helps to extend that through a video bar, through a regular camera, all of those things. So it really just kind of is a very natural partnership, and I think that that is what they are focusing on here at ISE. So let's go this way. We can talk about a few other things. Of course, one of Gary's favorite companies is Excite, and you know Excite because they are all about the cloud and making things very easy for companies to just have a single pane of glass, looking at all of the companies they work with, manufacturer storefronts, all built within one platform. The more that I have gotten to know about Excite, the more that I like them. So if you don't know who they are, honestly, you're going to want to, because they are a company that is growing a little bit each year. As you can see, this is a bigger booth than they had last year. And I think it is because people believe so much in them and believe in the cloud and all of its capabilities. So yeah, pretty cool. Let's go over here and check out AVI SPL, one of everybody's favorite integrators. I have seen that they've brought VR this year. They do typically bring a little bit of virtual production, virtual reality, and I think for this, they're kind of showcasing how that can show you a rendering of what they can do. And I'm seeing a few different technologies like this on the show floor where people are using VR to kind of make a map or a rendering of what they can do to your room before actually doing it. It kind of saves money and time because your client is able to check it out and make changes ahead of time. So it's actually really smart and actually a use of VR that I find makes sense because a lot of VR I feel like is just kitschy. But yeah, so this was a little bit of the show floor. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I know this wasn't a lot, but honestly, if I showed you this whole show floor, we'd be here until about 8 p.m. tonight. So to make sure to watch all of our product videos for a little bit more detail of each product and solution and demo that everyone's shown here on the show floor. Very happy to see how busy it is. And yeah, we're looking forward to a great rest of the week. I'm Steph Beckett. Thanks for watching rAVe TV. We'll see you guys next time. And don't forget to go to ravepubs.com/ISE. Okay, bye.
It's the weekly show about Pro AV with the hottest news in the AV industry. It's rAVe TV. Give it up for Steph and Gary. Steph and Gary.